You stand up. There was a reason. 3 seconds ago, there was a perfectly clear reason. You were going to get something. A glass of water, your phone, the charger, the thing you were thinking about while you were sitting down. You walk down the hallway. You step into the kitchen. You stop. And there is nothing there. No idea. No errand. Just you standing in the middle of a room, looking at the fridge like it might tell you why you came. You laugh at yourself. You go back to the chair you came from. The second your foot crosses the threshold of the original room, you remember. This happens to almost everyone. It has a name, and the explanation is stranger than your memory is bad. Your memory didn't fail. Your memory just decided that the thing you were thinking about belongs to a different room than the one you're standing in. And it's not being poetic about it. Chapter 1. The Doorway Experiment. In 2006, and again more famously in 2011, the psychologist Gabriel Radvansky and his colleagues at the University of Notre Dame ran a deceptively simple experiment. They asked people to carry an object across a virtual room, pick it up at one table, put it down at another. Sometimes the second table was in the same room. Sometimes it was in a different room, on the other side of a doorway. The total walking distance was the same. Then they tested what people remembered about what they were carrying. The result was clean. Walking through a doorway made people significantly worse at remembering. Same distance, same time, same task. The only difference was a doorway. They repeated it in real, physical rooms. Same result. They repeated it with different objects, different room layouts, different participants. Same result. Going back to the original room didn't always help, but the effect was robust enough that other researchers have replicated it for over a decade. The thing that made you forget wasn't the walking. It was the threshold. Your brain treats a doorway as a punctuation mark. Chapter 2. Your life is filed in scenes. To understand why, you have to give up an idea you didn't know you were carrying. You probably think your memory works like a film, a continuous tape, recording your life moment by moment, that you can rewind to find what you were thinking 3 seconds ago. It doesn't. A line of work in cognitive psychology, often called event segmentation theory, Jeffrey Sachs and colleagues laid it out in a major 2007 paper, argues that your brain breaks experience into events, discrete units, scenes. When the room changes, when a conversation shifts, when a song ends, when someone you're with leaves, your brain quietly draws a line. That was one scene. This is the next one. It does this because storing every continuous second would be impossibly expensive. It's much cheaper to remember I was in the living room thinking about my charger as a small sealed package, and then start a new one when you cross into the kitchen. So when you walk through a doorway, your brain does something extremely sensible. It closes the file on the previous event. It opens a new one. The old thoughts go into long-term storage, slightly out of reach. The thing you were going to fetch is not gone. It is just behind a door your brain already closed. Chapter 3. A small death in every threshold. This is the part that gets quietly haunting if you sit with it long enough. Your life is not a single continuous experience. It is a stack of rooms. And every room you have ever been in has its own version of you. The one who was thinking certain thoughts, feeling certain things, planning certain errands. When you crossed the threshold, your brain filed that version of you away. You forget the errand because, in some small sense, the you that wanted to do the errand is no longer the you standing in the kitchen. There was a transition, a break, a small ending. This isn't a metaphor. This is what your hippocampus is doing. It's why you can sometimes feel almost grief-like for a place you only lived in for a year, because the version of you who lived there is genuinely sealed in a different folder. It's why walking back into your childhood bedroom returns thoughts you haven't had in a decade. The room is the key. The doorway is the lock. You are not one continuous person. You are a series of slightly different people, separated by thresholds, who share the same body and most of the same name. That is also why forgetting why you walked into a room is, very gently, good news. It means your brain is still doing its job, still chunking your life into manageable scenes, still letting old thoughts settle so new thoughts can begin. The forgetting is the same machinery that lets you stop being who you were yesterday and become who you are today. A brain that never crossed any thresholds would never grow.
So, the next time it happens, you walk into a room and your reason is gone, try not to be annoyed with yourself. A small ceremony just took place inside your skull. A door closed, a scene ended, a version of you, the one who stood up 2 minutes ago full of intention, was quietly filed away. And another version of you, the one standing in the kitchen now, gets to begin. You haven't lost your mind. You've just stepped into a new room, and your brain is doing what it has always done, drawing a line, gently, between who you were on one side of the doorway and who you are about to become on the other. You came in here for water, but you can stay a moment. If you are curious like me about more such everyday things, stay tuned and watch out for my next video. I'm Kyurio. Walk softly.